Hey, howdy. Welcome back to the channel. This is Matthew Pizgatti. I was talking about EMP.Money, EMP.Money site, recently on just a couple videos ago. But one thing I did forget that I wanted to mention was how the Zaps work. Now, the Zap in the EMP.Money network, the system here, is a quick way to get LP tokens created. So this EMP Ethereum LP that we're using for the detonator and for some of the farms, there's a much quicker way that they've built. They've done this pragmatically where you click a single button and you throw in the funds that you would like to throw in, and then it actually runs through all of the steps, and you can look at those on the transaction on the scan site, and when it's done it'll give you a link to look at that, and you can see all the steps that it's taken to create the LP token. So you don't have to go purchase EMP and then purchase Ethereum and then go do the whole pairing up of the tokens yourself. You don't have to do any of that. There's a Zap button. Now obviously there is gas, and so you'll want to check out those gas fees at the end of a transaction. You might try one out if you already in EMP or you're planning on getting in there. What's been easiest for me has been this Zap button. So you click this Zap in if you wanted to create EMP Ethereum. There's also one for eShare BNB. But you click that Zap in, and then you can actually select a few different ones here. It can work off Ethereum, BNB, eShare, or EMP. You put the amount that you'd like in there. You click Let's Go. It says use at your own risk. So far I've not had any issue with it, but it sounds like perhaps they're still testing that out here and there, so it might be... you should still know how to create the LP tokens on your own, and you should learn how to do that. I'm not speaking from experience because I haven't been through that manual process yet. I've just been using this easy Zap button, but we should probably also listen to the developers here that maybe this is not fully tested, but it seems to work for me the 2 times I've tried it. An interesting note here, if you do hit max and you end up having like this long list of digits, it's covered in the Academy if you were to go through the Academy, but a lot of their input boxes here do not like that, and you need to cut it back down to like maybe 4 or 5 digits after the decimal. So keep that in mind. I'm not throwing any more in here at this exact moment, or else I would show you that run through. This is also another cool automated feature they have to distribute. You know, if you had... and I'll have to watch the Academy more to figure out. I'm guessing this is this. I don't know if this takes. I wonder what this is actually taking to distribute. I'll look more into this, but it looked really neat that you could kind of follow your exact ratio to distribute to all of the the farms, detonator, boardroom, and what have you, all at one time. I like some of these automated processes they're building in, the Zap in and the strategy button. If I recall, the farms may already have a Zap as well. Yes. So this button in the farm is also a Zap button. And it also creates the LP token that you need. Another note on EMP.Money, just while I'm here, I can see my rewards are ticking up at the 1% as I expect them to. Even though it's 1% like the DRIP Garden, or the DRIP Faucet, I do like the way the animations are here and how real-time this is. I can see this clicking a lot quicker. It refreshes more often, which is probably really satisfying if you have a larger amount that you want to throw in there. And just keep it up in the background, and do your compounding. Now remember, we do have to wait for this 24-hour timer. We can compound once every, or I'm sorry, this resets your rewards every 24 hours, I should say. So if you're only going to be compounding once a day, which you might be if you have a small amount in like I do, you're going to wait until the end of the day. You're going to wait till this timer is almost at the end, as close as possible to it. And that's when you would want to hit compound right before it resets, so that you're getting the most out of your gas and compounding back in an appropriate amount. So that's just another little note on that. Remember, they also have a lottery here, and we're still super early. There's only 845 users. But depending on how many separate times or how much they're depositing a day, they are getting however many lottery tickets a day. So I think this is pretty good odds based on the number of users. But if you're not depositing as much as others are daily, you don't have as big of a chance, but this is still a pretty good chance. I mean, what if you got 2 tickets out of 1,800? That's much better chances than a majority of the lotteries that you might play just out there in the world, and that's a 20,000 bag, which is pretty awesome. So that's pretty intriguing. This is the EMP.Money. I just wanted to cover the Zaps mainly for you. That if you were trying to create those LPs manually, that you could just use the Zap, and that's a real quick, easy feature. But again, watch the Academy. Watch all those videos from Crypto Mike and others on the team. They're very helpful. They walk you through all the steps that just what this system is and why you'd want to be in it. And so I think that'll be really helpful if you watch through that. And yeah, let me know what you think about this system. Like I said in the first video of it, I am incredibly new to it. I don't know a lot about it. I haven't put $1 million into it, mainly because I don't have that free. I'm in the drip faucet and everything else. But I like where it's going. I like that it's pegged to Ethereum because that's pretty cool. I'm kind of bullish on Ethereum, and that's a pretty strong coin. And I think I think that it might even head up at some point. I know we've got a lot of new crypto laws and regulations that are also coming down the pipeline. So that does throw some question into all of the crypto network as a whole. And I think we're all kind of up in the air about that, waiting to see more of how that legislature affects everyone. So there's things like that we really can't predict. But besides that, the major players like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, a lot of those, I assume they're going to keep having utility created because they're already so big, and just kind of keep growing from where they're at. Bitcoin's risen so high that I think there's some room for some pullback there if the other environments, if the other exchanges are getting more popular themselves. Maybe some of that high Bitcoin wealth gets distributed into some of these other ones, into some of these other nets, if people are smart enough to diversify in that way. So that's a lot of just conjecture and personal thoughts. Obviously, this is not financial advice, and I can't recommend either way what you should be doing with your funds. Throw them in any of these systems at your own risk. These protocols are high risk. They're games. But I don't think that all of the developers see them that way. Like this one is not, this EMP.Money. They're not pushing it in that way. If you read through the Academy, read through their documents, it always sounds like and I can't interpret their intentions because I don't know them personally. I don't know them on a personal level, the developers. And so I hate to just take things at face value, no matter what the white paper says, no matter what their statement of intention says, because you never know. Never know about people. The crypto space especially is the Wild West, and people do whatever they want. But I'm seeing a lot of adoption with this. It seems like they have good intent to create this transactional staked algo coin against Ethereum, and that's a really neat concept. It's cool. I mean, that's what we have to say with all of the stuff in the crypto space. I love ingenuity. I love new things. I love seeing new tech used in new creative ways, and this whole thing of issuing bonds when they're under peg so that you can burn off the EMP to make the EMP price rise back to peg, and then you can redeem these bonds for more money later. That's kind of cool. That's neat, and I like that. I like seeing these novel concepts. I haven't got into the auto vaults yet. If you find out how those work, let me know. I think it just auto compounds the farm for you, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so if you do decide to get into this, let me know, and let me know what you think about it. All high risk. Do your own research. See what you think about it. I've thrown a little bit in already, as I've said. And that's about all I know about EMP so far. I will update along with my regular updates to see how my deposit has grown and or not. And remember, the goal with this whole system is we're trying to get e-shares really, and then in turn use those to just cycle back through the whole process and skim our like 5-10% whatever off our earnings, and then keep putting the rest back in to their system to keep it going and create some longevity. That's kind of the strategy they recommend, is just taking that 5-10% and then kind of distributing that back in to keep that whole protocol going, and just seeing how large they can grow this whole process that they're working on, this whole protocol. And it's pretty interesting to watch. I think there's a lot of potential here. I like the website. I like the way it's built. It has some fun elements, like all the DeFi, degen stuff does, that makes it, kind of colorful. The animation's a nice touch. At the same time, it looks like everything functions well, and it's good, clean functionality that's quick to load. It looks at least professionally designed from what I can see. The docs are pretty extensive. This looks nice, like a good white paper or a knowledge base, and so I like seeing all of that. So I see a lot of positives here. I can't obviously recommend any of these systems. Like I said, not financial advice. You have to do your own research. But yeah, so this is something to add in. I've added some of my own, and I'll keep updating as to where I end up with the rewards as we go on further. Thanks for watching, and I hope this content has been helpful. If you notice kind of a half pause there at one point, I ran out of disk space. I've been just recording videos to my C drive for since the beginning of this channel, and I needed to clear some out since I'm posting them all on YouTube anyway. So I had to pause for a second. I kind of lost my train of thought. But yeah, this is EMP.Money. So let me know what you think in the comments if you're already in it or if you're considering it, and what you think about the website and all the functionality. Thanks for the likes, subscribes, and I hope to catch you on the next video.